Hey everybody, it's Karen and Stephanie with Food and Family. We had a request from our Easter dinner video, little short video we did for squash casserole. So that's what Stephanie's doing today. This is her recipe. So we're getting it going.
And y'all know me, these are simple recipes.
So tell us what you're doing here.
All right, so we took three fairly large squash. We've got them cut about ½ an inch thick, whole, like that. We're gonna take a small onion and do just a rough dice on it and throw that in there. We've got a pot heating up with a few tablespoons of butter in it. We're gonna toss this in there and just soften them. We don't want them to get soggy. We just want them to get just a little soft to hold up in this squash casserole.
It is delicious, and it's so simple to make. I never could make a squash casserole that I liked, and she gave me her recipe, and many years ago. We've been together a long time, haven't we?
Over 20 years.
And I started making it, and it is delicious, and it's so simple. Was this one of your grandmother's dishes?
It was, my grandmother's recipe. We called her Soapy, but I've taken it and kind of run with it.
I think we all do that. I've done that with my granny's recipes. As much as I love my granny, sometimes I change them. And my mama's.
All right, we've got this done, and now we're going to put it in our pan to do a simmer, just kind of soften it up, and we will be back shortly.
All right.
All right, we are back. We've got our squash cooked down. Squash and onions. That's about 2 pounds of squash.
That smells so good. I tell you what, I could just dive into that with a fork right now.
So now we are going to add salt and pepper.
Just a taste.
Just a taste, however much you want or little as you want.
She might have used 1/4 teaspoon, ½ teaspoon of salt.
All right, and we are going to use a half, because this is a small batch. If you want a larger batch, because we're putting in an 8x8, if you want to do a larger batch, just double the recipe for a 9x9.
Or 9x13.
Yeah, 9x13. We're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And ½ teaspoon of thyme.
I never thought about putting thyme in my squash casserole. I don't think I put it in mine.
Well, we're going to put it in, and then we've got 3 tablespoons of butter melted to go on top. Once we get our crackers on it, that's going to go in there as well on the topping.
I like thyme.
All right, 1/4 cup of sour cream.
That's the most convenient. Did you put that in our Amazon store?
Yes, this is in the Amazon store. For dry, it's mostly for wet, like your peanut butter, sour cream, mayonnaise. This is a lifesaver.
And we'll give the link to the Amazon store in the description box under this video. Go to the description. You'll see more. Click on more, and it'll open it up. And just scroll down.
We're going to use half a can of soup. We're using cream of chicken. You can use cream of mushroom, cream of celery. But we're going to use a half of the cream of chicken.
Since we're just making a small batch. Now at Easter when she made this, she made a big pan. And it was so good. There wasn't much left of that squash casserole.
And what was left went home and ate at my house.
We didn't have many leftovers that day.
And now we are going to add about 1 cup of cheese. I'm using cheddar. You can use whatever cheese you think you might like.
No, we have mild, but I bet sharp would be really good in it, wouldn't it?
And just mix that up. If you will spray my pan for me.
Okay. Don't spray this over the floor because you will fall.
And break a hip.
We have the oven preheating to
400.
400. I could just eat that right now. It looks that good.
Alright, we're going to put this in our pan.
This is one of the most simple, easiest, quickest dishes, side dishes that you can put together.
And it's so simple, it's good for like a weeknight meal when you've gotten off work.
Oh, sure. Because it's taken no time to cook that squash and stirring it together.
And we use fresh squash. You can also use canned squash, like during the summer we'll can squash, or you can buy the cans of squash.
What about frozen from the frozen section?
Just make sure it's thawed. And on the canned, you're going to want it to sit, you want it to drain really well because you do not want a whole lot of moisture in this. It's just going to be a soggy mess.
That's like with the frozen, thaw it and just kind of let it drain to get that moisture out.
And so we are using, for the top, we're using Ritz crackers. I think a sleeve will be fine for this. Hand gestures.
We have our own language, guys.
That's good.
That is a good, easy way to start crushing them in the bag, and you don't have a big old mess everywhere.
And you don't want to crumble these to where they're just dust. You want just a rough crush.
You want to see little pieces.
I'm going to let you put me a 1/4 of a teaspoon of thyme in the butter.
1/4 of a teaspoon of thyme. Okay. And you could use fresh thyme if you had it.
Oh yeah. All right. And all we're going to do now is just give that a good stir and pour it over top.
It just lightly moistens those crackers.
And it gives a really good crunch to it once it's baked.
Now that was 3 tablespoons of butter.
3 tablespoons of butter.
So,
And that's it. We're going to pop it in the oven, check it in about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven, and we'll be ready to eat.
all right, sounds good. I can't wait to taste this.
It smells good without even cooking it.
Yeah, and she's going to have it for dinner tonight. This is her dinner. So, all right. We'll be back. Okay, she has taken this out of the oven. Oh, if you could smell it.
It smells so good.
One day maybe somebody will invent scratch and sniff videos.
There definitely needs to be.
I want to try it.
You ready?
I am ready. Oh, because I know it's good. Oh, it's so hot, y'all. But look at this. Look at that plate of deliciousness. Look at there.
And the thing I like about doing it this way is it's not soggy.
No, not at all.
The squash is still just a little bit firm.
It's soft, but yet it's got that little heft, I call it, a little bite to it.
Just a little crunch.
Yeah. You don't want mush. It's hot.
To me, that's a comfort food.
Oh, Stephanie. If it's possible, this is better than the one you made at Easter. That is delicious. Now, we just cut our squash in rings, but you could cut them in quarters or just half. However you want to do it. Yeah. That's all I can say is I can't quit eating it. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you enjoy watching this video, and we'll give her squash casserole a try. Thanks for everything. Come join us soon. Let me think.
Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.